Sorry, we lost connection outside. Our wireless doesn't reach outside the building. I should have realized that before I started. I apologize for that, but I'm going to take you for a quick tour here, and that way you can see our operation and see how everything works here at Candles and Supplies. I'll turn her around. Hopefully I won't make anybody sick. But as we walk into our showroom here, the first thing you see is Tiana's smiling face. And in our showroom, she says hi. She's going to be on live with the Q&A later too. We have our showroom here organized by candle making, soap making, jars. So in the outside aisle here, we have all kinds of candles for inspiration. We have colors set up. We put all of our colors in waxes. We test everything just to make sure it works and it's nice and compatible, and see how it looks in soy waxes and paraffins. We have our molds out here for you to see. All the waxes are on display in 10-pound bags. We don't have the big cases out here, otherwise it would take up the whole showroom, and it's kind of boring to look at a case of wax anyway. We have our melters on display for everybody to see. That way you can kind of get, you know, an idea of the size that you might need and everything like that. On this side we have all of our container waxes that work in jars and stuff. We have our wicks, pies. We make all of our own wax embeds here. Here's our pie shells, where you can make like fruit gel pies and stuff. Those are a whole lot of fun. If anybody's not made a gel pie candle, it is a lot of fun. I see a lot of hearts coming in. Thanks guys, I'm glad people are watching. We're really excited about this. Back here we have all kinds of wax fruits to put in pies. Melon balls, lemon slices, cherries, wax fruit assortments. That's our best sellers, our wax fruit assortment, because that way you can kind of put it in anything, an orange bowl, pie, anything. We have lots of burning instruction labels. They're very important for on the outside of your candles. You never want to sell or give away a candle without them. As we turn around here, we have our wick aisle, where we have all of our wicks on display. That way you can kind of see and compare them, the sizes, see what they look like, that type of thing. Pick ones off the shelf, make sure they, you know, work in your jars that you're going to do. But we like everybody to kind of see everything because it's fun. So as we come around here, we have information on our walls, like lots of fun projects and everything for you to do. You know, just kind of fun stuff, inspirational, gives you ideas. Over here, I don't know if you can see them, it's all of our soap molds and plastic molds. You can make tarts in it too, you know, like wax tarts for melts. And those are a lot of fun. There's all kinds of basic shapes, stars, rectangles, hearts, fruits, anything you can possibly imagine. In here is our classroom. So we got cool signs up there too, because that's fun. And here's our classroom, which is also doubles as our production room during the week. And we have Christine pouring some ski wax. Say hi, Christine. Hi. Yeah, she's pouring lots and lots of ski wax this week. And that's for downhill skiers to make your skis go faster. So in case anybody is interested in that. So we do that as a private label contract for people. In the middle we have our lip balm section, which we have some lip balm tubes and some flavors and everything like that on display. That way you can kind of see them. The lip balm bases, we sell everything in pounds and gallons and big jugs. That way you can, any type of volume we can handle. If you just want to try it, you can do it. If you want to mass produce, you can. Over here is one of our most popular sections. This is our fragrance oil section. We have all of our fragrance oils on display so that you can, you know, smell the 1 ounce bottles, put them together, smell them together. If you like to blend your scents, they're all on display here. And we pour up fresh bottles from the back. Every order's poured fresh, so you're not getting anything that's been sitting on the shelf for a while. Maybe the sample has, but the final product is always fresh. And then we have more air freshener shapes, mixing cups. Our jars are in the middle because you can use them a lot in body care and candles. So we have them all on display for everybody to see. Some essential equipment, the melting pots, mold release, wick tape, reed diffusers, wick clips, all kinds of stuff like that. Sachet bags in all different colors for air fresheners. Lots of bins of bottles. We have big boxes of them in the back, but the bins are up here. That way you can kind of try on different caps and stuff like that, because each bottle you can do a spray top, a flip top cap, a regular cap. So we have them on display, that way you can see them. We have lots of herbs out here to mix with your soaps: calendula, lavender, chamomile, peppermint, spearmint, that type of thing. Bath bomb items. We have the melon ballers, we have menthol crystals, all that type of thing. Its own little bath bomb section here. We have lies and butters and light oils, coconut oil, palm oil. These are our Stevenson melt and pour soaps right here. You can kind of see there's one side. And then on the other side, we have our colors, our micas and our natural colorants, clays, soap cutters, loofah sponges, titanium dioxide, hydrosols, lotion bases, lots of lotion bases. So our organic base, our regular base, foaming bath butter, all kinds of liquid Castile and bases like that. So these are really popular and easy to use, so they're very good sellers. Now we're going to take a walk out into the warehouse, and this is basically all of our bulk stuff is out here. Everything's organized by warehouse location, so that when you place an order, the order pickers just go throughout the warehouse, pick the different items off the shelves. We have lots of jars out here. This is mostly jars, lots and lots and lots and lots of jars, lots of boxes. Bases, we buy bases in big drums and totes, so we pour them up and keep them out here. A little at a time, more jars. As we go back here, everybody's hiding from the camera, which is pretty funny because we were all very excited to do this. So, but we're going to take a little walk back. We make all of our own wicks here, which is kind of unique. There's not a lot of suppliers that do that, but we like to control the quality, make sure everything, you know, is done in smaller batches. We're not doing, you know, 100,000 wicks a day or anything like that. We're sticking to quality, making sure everything works great, the tabs are on good and stuff. So that's pretty cool how the wick machines work. So we're gonna go back there and see right now. All of our raw wicking is stored over here. These big spools all go on the wick machines to make the tabs. It's gonna be a little noisy, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me through this. Enrique's back here making wicks. Those are big gel drum melters. We put the drums of gel in there. They melt the gel into smaller quantities. This is our wick machine, Enrique ran. He's cooking, but that's okay. So what happens when you make a candle wick is the wax wick goes on one end. So this is all primed wicking and everything. It's got the wax coating already on it. So the machine feeds the wicking up through. As it pulls, it goes in there. And then it comes out here. And then before we can put the wick through the tabber, we have to put wax on it. We have two big wick waxers. That's what these machines are, with the big rollers on them. So we would get a roll of raw, unprimed wick and everything, put it on the machine there, and then it goes up and gets wound around this roller a few different times. And what happens to it, it comes down here into this vat of wax, and it gets a coating on it. And then, I don't know if you can see, but right in here, the first time, these are the little circles there where the wicks are coming out. The wick will go through the wax once and get the wax into it, and then it goes through like those little circles and it kind of squishes the wax inside, and then it goes around again this drum and then down into this pool of water here, cool water, and it cools off the wick, and then it goes around here again, the drum again, back down into the wax, now around this drum, back down into the water. So it goes through, it gets wax impregnated into each wick 4 different times before it's done. And then it goes through its final cooling after it's done doing that. And then it's ready to be made into a pre-tab wick. So we run our wick operation all year long. We can make custom wicks and everything, but that's kind of a cool feature that we do here. So moving right along. We have an airbag machine. If you've ever placed orders with us, you recognize those bubbles. We got the guys packing orders right here. That's Rochelle and Cesar. Rochelle's smiling now, so. I don't think they want to be cleaned because they like it. Over here we have our fragrance oil section. So each fragrance oil has its own shelf and everything like that, its own home, its own shelf where the labels are on there. As you can see, we pour up fresh for each order. We keep multiple drums in stock, so if you need 1 ounce or a 25-pound drum, we have it, no problem. This aisle's kind of cool. This is all of our waxes. Sorry if I'm making anybody sick. I didn't do this thing too fast. We have all of our waxes down this aisle, so you'll see all kinds of IGIs, the boxes that we use to box the wax. And they're all in slabs. These are all cases. There's like 30 cases per pallet and stuff like that. And then we go higher, you know, once we have the floor filled. They pick from the floor first and then they go up. And the overstock goes up, up, up. We have really high ceilings here, and it's really bright. It's a really awesome warehouse. It's air conditioned, so all your wax is being stored in air conditioning. So when you get it, you know that it's not going to just, you know, be one big solid 60-pound block or 50-pound block soy wax. That's pretty cool. Over here we have our soy waxes. They come in square. Soy and palm. This is palm. Sometimes the pallets do that when they come in. That's not so good, but everything's intact and not damaged, so that's good. Soy waxes come in on pallets. I think there's 1,800 pounds per pallet. So if you order in pallet quantities, that's how it will come to you too. And then the cases are out here. They're not as fun to look at as, you know, the wax in the bag, but that's pretty much it. And over here is our kit assembly area, where we have all the items that we use to make candle making kits. And that's Carrie. She's putting together some kits right now. So getting them ready for the season. So we're building our inventory this time of year, getting all ready for season, because it gets, within a couple weeks, it gets pretty crazy around here. Crazy but fun. We love it, but we try to get everything out. We're shooting to ship this year, same or next day. That way, you know, if you need your stuff, you're going to get it fast. So that's about all we are here. It's a quick tour. Now we're going to put the phone up here. Let's change it around. Put it on our mount, and that way we can start with your questions. Deanna's going to come back here too. Ooh, all right. Turn it around. Bear with me. I don't mean to make anybody sick if it's bouncing, so.
Hey guys.
All right, there we are.
I'm gonna get over here.
Deanna's cuter, so she's going to get in front of the camera.
Okay, I'll get over here. Okay.
So was that fun? Did everybody like that?
Can't read
Cool. So we have a screen underneath, so we're going to try to read your questions and stuff like that. Crystal's on board too, so she's standing back there shouting out questions to us. So if anybody has anything for Crystal, you can post that on there too. So let's see here. What do we have? I saw there was a couple questions that were posted before. It's done. Let's see. First question was by Stephanie. I don't know if you're online, Stephanie, but hi if you are. You had posted it earlier this week, and I forgot that we were doing this session, so I answered your question online, but that's okay. We're going to answer it again right now, in case anybody didn't read it. And it says, why is my melt and pour soap so soft? So, what do you think about that, Tiana?
It depends on what type of melt and pour soap you're using. I find that when using kind of the specialty ones, like the African black soap or the argan oil soap, they tend to be a little bit softer than the traditional white or clear soaps. You also want to watch what fragrances you're adding to it, and if you're adding any additional oils.
Right, yeah.
That'll
Anytime you
sometimes
add
make it
anything,
softer.
yeah, it makes it a little softer. So I'm always guilty of oversending, so that happens to me. So.
Same.
But good question though. And then Stephanie also asked, when using the Eco Soya wax, why do the colors of my glass candle jars sometimes fade after a month? And that's a good question, but that happens whether you're using soy wax or paraffin wax. Anytime your candles are exposed to UV rays, and this is very, very important, like if you're doing outside shows, even if you have like a tent and everything's covered, I mean, like even in here, you can see like you walked in and it's really like artificial sunlight, but it's still exposed to light and UV rays, the candle dyes will fade. There is a UV inhibitor that kind of keeps it, you know, will kind of keep it from fading and stuff like that. But if your candles are in direct sunlight, especially like reds and greens, they tend to fade. They fade out. It doesn't matter with soy, paraffin, palm, whatever. They fade out, unfortunately. So candles don't like sunlight. So they do not like sunlight at all. So But that was a good question too, because I know there's a lot of people getting ready for their fall shows and getting ready to do that. And the same is with soaps too. Like soaps, if you have a beautiful clear soap and you put it in direct sunlight, it'll turn like yellowish. So it's important for that too, to keep those protected out of sunlight.
Also watch the vanilla content in your melt and pour soaps, because if there is vanilla in it, it will turn your soap brown, even if it's not right away. So I would try adding vanilla stabilizer to any soap that you make.
Right, that's a good one. And some scents are kind of sneaky, like black raspberry vanilla.
Fruit slices.
Right. That has vanilla in it?
Yep.
Yeah. We are going to be updating our website with vanillin content, because that's something that comes up that, you know, a lot of people ask about and stuff like that. So we'll be updating that with vanillin content. That way you're going to know ahead of time if you need to use a stabilizer or not. So pretty important.
I'm sorry, they're doing a live podcast. Okay.
And then our next question is from Susan. Susan, if you're out there, we're on to yours. It says, sometimes my wax is still clinging to the side instead of burning flat. So I'm assuming that like you're burning your candle and it's kind of burning down in. You got wax residue around the side and stuff like that. Usually what that's from, it can be from a couple different things. Most likely it's too small of a wick. Because what you want to do, like when you make a candle, in a perfect world, the candle's going to like combust, like burn itself. Like the wick is going to be the fuel, the fire, and then the wax is going to be the fuel. And in a perfect world, it should consume itself at exactly the same time. But we all know that it's not perfect, so that doesn't always happen. So what happens if you have a lot of wax left over? Your wick just isn't hot enough. You need more flame in there, more heat. That way the wax will consume more. If you have the other problem to where your wick is going out and not burning, you need a hotter wick because you need more flame, less wax. So hopefully that makes sense. I mean, wicks always seem like they're confusing, but it's about that complicated. If it's not burning hot enough, use a bigger one. If it's burning too hot,
Use a smaller one.
use a smaller one. Another thing that can have a lot to do with candles burning, like say you use the same wick in 5 different jars, 5 different scents, 2 of them burn, 2 don't. It could be that some of the scents are harder burners. Like I know blackberry, patchouli, a lot of those. A lot of those are harder burners. So sometimes you'll have that where a scent is just, you know, particularly clogs the wick a little bit, impairs your burn. So in that case, you know, you can either go to a hotter wick or use 1 to 2 tablespoons of Crisco in there just to put enough oil back in there to get the candle to burn again. But really, first of all, it's mostly the wick. If it's not burning, second of all, check your fragrance and see if it could be that.
Make sure you test burn your candles.
Yes,
that's always very
test
important.
burn your candles. It is very important. So, because that way, I mean, if you don't test burn, you don't know what to tell your customers if they're having a problem too. So,
Right.
that's cool. Next, you want the next one?
Yeah.
You're not as old as me, so no.
I'm like.
2 wicks or 1 wick in a 4-inch jar.
Okay, I guess that would depend on what type of wax you're using. But if you want to use 2 smaller wicks, you can do 2 wicks, or you can use 1 larger wick.
Yep, good question. If you know it's a tougher burning wax, like a palm wax,
I
sometimes.
would definitely use 2.
Yeah, palm wax is really, I mean, it has a great scent throw. It's awesome, looks beautiful, you know, but it does tend to be a tough burner. So if you know if it's a tough burner, beeswax, that type of thing, use multiple wicks. Otherwise, 1 wick is good. 4-inch is about the max that you're going to be able to use with 1 burn. So.
Oh, wow.
We got business going on, Jack. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's fun to come in here and just shop. Lots of people come in. They'll travel great. I mean, we've had people from like Miami, other countries, Hong Kong, you know, Tennessee.
That lady from the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah,
That was
came
pretty
in.
cool.
And people just like to come in and shop around because you don't get to see this many candle supplies, you know, all the time and stuff like that. So it's kind of a whole lot of fun. So I recommend making the trip to come visit us if
And we're
anybody's thinking
awesome.
about being in the area. Tiana's awesome. She's the nicest one here, by the way.
The second nicest.
No, Crystal's the second nicest, and
Crystal?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm the meanest. So anyway, so we'll get back to questions. What do we have next here? We have a Kathy who says, how do I get the frosted look candles? Good question. Good question. There's 2 different kinds. Soy wax, like if you're doing candles in a jar, soy wax naturally frosts. So if you're going for that look, just use 100% soy.
Or
and it
maybe like
should
palm?
frost naturally all
Like
on its own.
The palm crystal kind of look,
it
maybe?
could be. Palm kind of gives a crystally look though. I'm not sure if that's the frosted. If you're going for like a white, chalky kind of snowy, frosty look, like on the outside of pillars, that used to be popular. I think it's making a comeback too. That's really easy. All you need to do is put your molds in the freezer before pouring into them, and then pour your hot wax into like a frozen mold, and it gives you that nice chalky look on there. So
That's pretty cool.
or you can always buff them up with a little piece of sandpaper too. So, and if you're talking about a modeled look, then you would use like a straight paraffin.
Right.
If you go to our site on the straight paraffin page, I have these cool pictures of ones that we poured with our 141 melt point, and that just does it all on its own. If you don't add any additives, it models nicely. Some oils, like some fragrance oils, will make it model more than others. Some kind of take the model out. Apple pie takes the model out. Pumpkin spice puts the model in. I know those two for a fact because I like to pour them in the fall and get like these rustic looking candles. So, and they're a whole lot of fun. Next question we have is from Cheryl Ann. Hi Cheryl Ann, if you're out there.
Hey.
The wax and scent ratio and oil bleeds. So that's a very good question. We give wax recommendations for all of our waxes on the site, and that way you'll be able to know, because some take more than others. Like paraffins use a lot less than a paraffin,
Right.
straight paraffin. That takes about 1 ounce per pound. Soy wax you can use up to 1.5 ounces. You don't really want to push your scent above the wax recommendations, because what's going to happen, wax is kind of like a sponge. It only absorbs so much scent before it bleeds out, and that's the bleed that you're talking about. So if your candles look like they're sweating, that's your wax is completely saturated. It won't accept any more oil, and it's actually even a fire hazard. You don't want to you want to wipe that oil off or not. You can remelt it down, add more wax to soak up some of that oil, anything like that. But you don't want to sell candles that are sweating like that, because it's a fire hazard.
Right.
And you don't want to, everybody wants their candles to be the strongest and everything like that. Test burning, finding the fragrance that works the best for the wax you're using is a much better way than using more oil than possible. And also it only gets so strong. So
Right.
I kind of relate it to, if you wash your hair with a whole bottle of shampoo, it's probably not going to be any cleaner than if you use the right amount. And
Right.
your candles are the same way. So if you use the right amount of scent, it's going to be awesome. Just as awesome as if you used more. I see lots of likes going by. Thanks, guys. Hope you're all having fun. We're having fun.
We're having fun. This is our first time. I
I
think
know.
we're doing okay.
I know. So people are still on. So
Yeah, they didn't leave yet, so I guess we're good.
When we get blocked, we'll know. So they're like, well, you're done. Yeah. All right. Next is from Carol. How do I avoid bubbles in my candles? I think she's probably talking about gel candles, right? Do you think?
Probably gel candles.
Gel candles, or maybe paraffin, like the modeling in paraffin.
Yeah. You want to?
So we should answer both of those questions.
Okay.
Just in case, yeah.
For
let's do
gel.
that. Yeah. For gel candles, you want that, or you want me to get that, or?
You got gel.
Okay. So for gel likes to bubble, and it's kind of cool. Like, I like seeing the bubbles, especially when the candle burns, because they glisten and glow. So it's awesome. But you don't always want your candles to bubble. Like if you're making one of those awesome pie candles that I was talking about earlier, you don't want to see a bunch of bubbles in your peach pie or your apple pie.
No.
So the best way to do that, and you need to stir the scent into gel a lot, because it's kind of tricky. It looks like it's mixed, but it's not. So when you add your color and scent, stir a lot, and then just leave your gel on the heat source and try to let it get as cool as possible, maybe like 200, 205, somewhere around there. But if you just leave it on your heat source, whether it's your stove top or a griddle or something like that, all the bubbles will come to the top. If you've already made candles that have bubbles in them, like the seascapes are really cool, where you pour over sand and shells and stuff like that, but everything inside a gel candle wants to make a bubble. So look at all the likes we're getting. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I know, right? You guys are great. So say you've already made a candle and you have bubbles in it, and you don't necessarily want them because your seashells produce bubbles and stuff like that. Best way to get rid of them is just put your candles in your car, like on a warm day. It's like a nice gentle heat, like 130, 140, somewhere around there, and the bubbles will eventually rise to the top. You want to check on them frequently. You don't want everything to mush together, especially if you have like wax fruit embeds in there.
Right.
Like if you do preserved candles and you got the cool wax fruits in there. If you have bubbles in between them, you can just put them in your car, for a few hours, and then check them and see if the bubbles have come to the top. But as the gel warms, gravity takes its place and the bubbles come to the top. If you have bubbles in your paraffin candles, it's because you're using a straight paraffin, and that's called modeling, really. And it's a look, it's a cool look if you want to get it, but if you don't want to get it, it's kind of surprising. Like, wow, why did this happen? So that's what you ask yourself right after you say, wow, why did my candle sink too?
Right.
But that's typical of a paraffin. There is an additive called Vibar that will make your candles, that will make your paraffin wax opaque and you won't see the bubbles. There's also microcrystalline cubes, and that'll make your wax more translucent. So if you're doing something like an embedded candle with, you know,
Right.
cinnamon sticks around the outside, coffee beans, cool kinds of stuff, apple slices, and they're way around the outside or where they're nowhere near the wick, then you want to use the microcrystalline so that your wax is more translucent. So that way you can see your stuff through there. It's pretty cool. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see what else we have here. I see all kinds of stuff popping in. I think it's probably up on this one. I do not know.
They're on the camera.
Oh yeah.
How do
Where
we
are
see
we?
that? I
How
have
do we
no
see
idea.
ourselves? Oh, here we are. Look. Okay. No, we
Maybe
don't see that.
I don't see that.
All right, so we're having some technical difficulties. We're gonna figure this out because we're really smart. So, or we'll ask Crystal because she knows everything.
Crystal probably already knows.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see it.
Oh look, Holly.
Holly's on here. Hi, Holly. You inspired us to do this. We wouldn't have done this without you, so it's kind of your fault. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Jeffrey Rosen's on. Oh, wow, Sharon's on. Look at all the people here. Teresa.
Hi guys.
Holly, Chris. Oh my gosh, look at all of our awesome people here.
Yay.
Carol.
I don't know how to see it on the.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Holly says it's really fun. Holly says it's really fun here. We can't see our questions.
Hi, guys.
There's Crystal.
Crystal,
Just
can you
happening
hold us?
quick. Crystal and I decided to match today, you know.
Thanks, guys.
Because our brains think a lot alike, so. Teresa wants to make bath bombs. Teresa, you should make bath bombs. You should come in and make bath bombs because that would be a lot of
We're
fun.
having a bath bomb class.
Yes. Oh, we are.
Bath bombs are
that's cool.
awesome.
They are very awesome, so we'll do that. And Denise, what is the best coloring to use with the melt and pour soap bases? Tiana, you got
I
this.
love
Oh,
this question. Okay,
anyone
it
wants color.
depends on what you're trying to do. If you're doing a clear soap, I find it's easier to do the liquid soap dyes because then you can get the color really super bright. But I am so in love with our new neon mica. And a lot of people are worried about using the mica. They're like, it's clumpy. But if you mix it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, like disperse it in the alcohol first, it mixes right in and it produces a beautiful soap. So you can use either. It's kind of a personal preference.
Good job, good job. So, I like all of them personally.
I just love the color.
Sharon's
and glitter.
here. Sharon says her
Sharon.
dogs are watching. Hi, Sharon. Hi, puppies. And Deborah asked if we are open to the public. Absolutely.
Come visit us.
Yeah, come visit us. We have an awesome place here and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun. We have a good time here, and we work too. Like
Yes, we work.
Yeah, we work.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and then Saturday starting September 10th, 9 to 1.
Yep. We're always open on Saturdays from 9 to 1 between Labor Day and Christmas. So, and we give classes on Fridays and Saturdays during that time of year. Let's see, Bev. What's the best way to adhere wicks to jars? I use glue dots now, and they can come loose.
Hot glue gun works the best. You just
That's
make
what
sure
I
you
do.
have the high temp glue, and that will actually work the best for you when you're pouring waxes in your jars.
Right. That works good. I don't like all the hot glue gun boogers and stuff like that come with it, so I like the wick tapes or the glue dots. Sometimes they, even with the hot glue gun, sometimes they do
It's true.
become detached, depending, like, you know, you don't want to pour your wax directly on the wick and the tab and stuff like that, because what that'll do is heat up the adhesive on the bottom and make your wick kind of float around. So I always use a wick clip at the top. So if you think about it, like, you want to keep your wick sturdy on the bottom with either hot glue or the tape or you know, the glue dots, and then up top too with the wick clips. That way, even if it does come loose a little bit on the bottom, even if it does kind of, it's not going to go anywhere because you have the wick clip up top holding it in place. So they're kind of like wick babysitters. They're amazing.
Yes,
if
they
you
are.
haven't used them, that's actually our best selling item is wick clips. So
Go figure, right?
we sell more wick clips than we do of anything here. So we always have thousands upon thousands in stock. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Chris is on here. Gray's on here. Hi, Gray. Sharon sent us a heart. Thank you, Sharon. We love you too. We miss you. Holly says we're super friendly, so, and that's good.
Yay.
We are. We try to be. So we have fun. So it's easy. We have good people
I think
too.
I need glasses.
Yeah, Tiana needs. I know I need glasses. I didn't wear mine, so. But yeah. And let's see. Grace says we're very friendly and helpful. Thank you.
Yay.
Albert wants to know, when will the Glasgow container wax be back in stock? That was one
That
of the
is a
pallets.
great question.
Yeah, it's already here. It came in today. That was one of the
Yay.
pallets that we passed back on our tour and everything, where I said the palm waxes sometimes come in like this, and the pallet was slanted. That was it. So it is here. We have lots in stock. So. Amy says hi. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Teresa says hi. Hi, Teresa. And then Chris liked to see the back area. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys like seeing that. So kind of, I mean, I
was
think
even
it's
like
cool.
really impressed with the whole wick machine, and I see it every day.
Yeah,
So.
I like always seeing tours of other places and everything too. So I like doing that. Teresa told us it was not streaming. That's good. Yeah. I won't walk outside anymore because we don't have internet outside. If you walk inside our building, you don't have cell phone service, so you have to use our Wi-Fi. We have free Wi-Fi, so you can go on our Wi-Fi, and it works a whole lot better because otherwise you're not going to be able to call anybody, so that's how it is. Karen's there. Hi, Karen. How are you? Amy says, great products, ordered for many years. Are you going to please post more fall 1 ounce and 2 ounce savings deals? Yes, I'm actually figuring out our couponing system better.
Yes, we are.
We got our new site, so we're gonna.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna do lots of promotions and inspirations. I've been working on that really hard. Christine, that you saw was pouring all the ski wax. She's actually new, so she's helping out with a lot of stuff around here, so I can focus more on efforts on giving you guys coupons and cool promotions and stuff like that. So.
And new products.
And new products and everything. So we're working on that. Fortunately, my credit cards usually get charged up before I get everything in the name. But, you know, sure everybody else out there has that problem this time of year too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Jeffrey says, hi, Tiana and Cindy.
Hey, back.
Says, why do some of my candles not have a great scent throw? Good question. I know you're doing soy wax, so, and I know you know that soy wax has a cure time. So when you're deciding on what scent you want to use, you want to make sure that you've at least given them like a week to cure and marinate and do everything that candles want to do. Second, I mean, like, we sell a lot of different of the same scents, like apple cinnamons. We have apple cinnamon, apple cider and clove, baked apple, grandma's kitchen. Like, literally we have 10 to 12 different apple cinnamons, not just because we like naming them all cool names, but we do, and that's fun. But just because different scents are different in whatever you're using them in. You can take the same scent, use it in melt and pour soap, and maybe super strong. Use it in cold process soap, kind of fades out and it's not there. Soy wax, it's not strong. Paraffin wax is incredibly strong. Gel wax, it's incredible. So you never know. You want to test different ones. You know, get the little bottle, test it out, just to make sure you're getting the results that you want. And chances are, like, if it's a scent that you're using, if it's not working, if you're not happy with it, give us a call. We can let you know, like, what smells similar, what's a good substitute for it, you know, that will work better in your soy or something to try or something like that. So, but there again, it depends on the product that you're putting it in. We had somebody the other day come in and she made a shampoo and a conditioner with the same fragrance combination in both. It was fabulous in the conditioner. It was great. It was
so good.
Awesome. And then the shampoo, you couldn't smell it. So it just disappeared and was gone. So it needed a little tweaking. So there was a perfect example of the same fragrance being used in two different things and being strong in one and not in another. So it's really, you know, everybody hates it's a matter of testing and stuff like that, but it's really a matter of testing and finding out what you like and what really works for you and everything. So I hope that answered your question there. Next one. Do I have to use larger wick when using Vibar, or it depends on what type of fragrance? That's a very good question. Vibar does tend to harden up the wax. So definitely test burn it. When you do your test burning, always do it without fragrance, just your wax combination, no fragrance, no color. That way you know how the wax is going to burn. So theoretically, if you test burn, get the perfect wick and stuff like that and are happy with it, and then if you add your fragrance and it's a tougher burning, you know it's the fragrance that's doing it, so it kind of eliminates that. So sometimes you have to wick up, sometimes you don't. Generally, I find that you don't because you don't really have to use that much Bi-Bar. I mean, you're talking like a half a teaspoon per pound of wax and stuff like that. Should work for you. Lisa says, hi ladies. Hi Lisa, how are you?
Hi.
I hope you're on. Kathy says thanks.
Come to my class on Friday.
Yay. Yeah, come to her class. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Deanna's doing melt and pour soaps on Friday, layered. She's using all the neon colors. And
It's 1 to 3.
Can I tell them about the tie-dye?
You can tell them about the tie-dye.
And she's going to show you how to make tie-dye soaps, hands-on, so everybody will get to leave with soaps. And in the morning, we're doing botanical melt and pour soaps, too, with Sharon. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Maybe we could show them live.
Yeah, you know what? If this works out,
If this works.
nobody blocks us, then it was a good time and everything. We'd like to do, some live clips from classes and everything, because our classes
Give
are a
us
whole lot of
feedback.
fun. Yeah, and we always feel bad for, the people that don't live near Quakertown that can't come to the class, because, we get calls all the time, why aren't you in, Southern California?
And
wanna
we're like,
take your
we're on our
class."
way.
We wish,
Like-
right? I know. Yes, we'll come to Hawaii and do a class, absolutely. That would be
Yes, we
super
will.
fun. But yeah, so we'd like to show you live clips. So as long as this is good, everybody's having a good time, we'll probably do that on Friday. So, all right. My cousin Terry joined. Hi, Terry, if you're still there. I'll see you
Hi.
this weekend. We're going to come down to see you. Santos says hi. Liz says hi. She thinks it's cool. That's good. How do you get beeswax to hold scent?
Yeah.
Good
Good question.
Yeah. My question is, why would you want to add scent to beeswax? Beeswax smells wonderful like honey. It's awesome. But I'm like a crunchy oats kind of natural person. So I like all the natural stuff. I like beeswax as it is. I find that if you use complementing scents, like citruses and orange in a beeswax works really good. Vanilla in beeswax works good. Cinnamon in beeswax works good. It kind of enhances the honey smell and enhances the other smell too. Sometimes I'm trying to think of something that doesn't work with beeswax. I know I've tried things that were like a real fail. I can't
Love spell.
happen to think. Yeah, love smell might not.
I don't think that would be the
so
best
much.
option.
Probably simpler scents would work, like a citrus or a fruit or something like that. Something you'd see blended with honey. That type of thing would probably work really, really well. So awesome. All right, I see some people are joining the class on Friday. They'll be there.
Yay!
Hey, Bonnie said, oh, that was Bonnie's question. Michelle says, hi, ladies. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. I can't see, guys. That's why I'm not even saying
Yeah,
anything. Okay,
it's
I'm
my
over
job
here like.
to scroll and see. Carol says, can any glass be used in making soy candles? Excellent, excellent question. So when selecting your glassware, you kind of want to think about, you're going to be pouring hot wax in there. You're also going to be having a candle burn and flame, so you want it to hold up the heat. So what I usually tell people is, if you feel comfortable pouring boiling water into that jar, it's going to work for you. Like canning jars, when you can fruits and vegetables and stuff, you use incredibly high heat. Christine's
Are you
just
okay,
in there.
Christine?
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's good.
Water boils at like 212, so you only pour in your wax in at like, less than 180. So as long as your jar will hold up to boiling water, it should be awesome in candles. One thing you want to be aware of, like dollar stores, Walmart and stuff like that, where you go in and you see the glass selection, they have all really cool shapes and stuff. It may have a greenish tint, or it says made in China, made in India. It's become better lately, but it used to be their glass regulations were very loose, so the glass was very soft. So as soon as you'd pour wax into it, bad things would happen. It just wasn't good. So how you can test that to make sure the jar isn't soft, like turn it over, get your keys out of your pocket, scrape as hard as you can across the jar. If it makes a mark, don't use it. The glass is too soft. If it doesn't make a mark, you're good. Use it, make awesome candles with it. So that's usually how I determine. Anything you wouldn't feel comfortable pouring boiling water into, or you just, if you have to think about it all, like, is this a good choice for candles or not? It's probably not a good choice.
Yeah.
Use your gut instincts, but usually anything that's made for like canning fruits and vegetables would be good. So Jose says,
Lisa's
hello,
coming.
good
I
night
can
from
see her.
Barcelona, Spain.
Woo!
We have on. All right, Jose.
Barcelona!
Good night. Cool. That's awesome. Jeffrey again. Oh, Lisa's coming to her class on Friday. Yay. We'll see you then, Lisa. That's awesome. So Riley just joined. Good. Yeah. All right. Deborah says she'd like to see more of us. That's good. That's good.
I'm glad.
glad you had
I
a
feel
good time.
good.
Nice.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Awesome.
We'll get better at this.
And then Kathy says, yes, live clips of classes would be awesome for those of us who live far away. Well, that would be cool. And hopefully we can make you feel like you're like here and part of us and everything. And that would be really cool because it would be fun to have you there. So
Yeah.
Sharon says gardenia actually works in beeswax. So well, I'm
Okay.
glad you were brave enough to try it. So oh,
Thanks,
awesome.
Sharon.
Yeah. Angela says hello. Hi, Angela. How are you? Looks like we pretty much got everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Riley says we're awesome. Nice. I mean, Tiana's awesome. So. Awesome. Angela's in Houston, Texas. Hi, in Houston,
Woo!
Texas. It's probably really hot there and humid and everything.
Probably too
so.
hot. Maybe
yeah.
we should go in the winter.
Yeah, it rains a lot in Houston too. So I have a good friend moving down to Houston. So awesome. Lisa's on there. Hi, Lisa. We'll see you on Friday too. If you didn't sign up for class already, I know you wanted to come. So
Yeah,
we'll
see you on Friday.
And your beautiful girls. No. Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Yep. Angela says it's definitely hot down in Houston. So
Okay, it's
we'll
hot
figure
there.
that- Yeah.
We'll have to plan our trip accordingly.
Awesome. All right. Carol says thank you so much for this feed. Very informative. So looks like we pretty much answered.
I think we answered everyone's question. If you
so-
guys have any other questions, make sure to either message us on Facebook or you can email any of us and we'll
Yep.
be more than happy.
Or give us a call. When you call us, it makes us feel loved. We like that too. So
Yeah.
you can call us at any time. And maybe we'll do this again. It seemed like it was fun. Seemed like everybody had a good time and everything like that. So might be a Wednesday thing if you guys are looking for that. So I see some hearts floating by. So somebody
That's
wants
good.
to
They
do
like
a
that?
Wednesday
Okay.
thing.
I
So,
like it. I say
yeah.
let's do it.
All right. Sounds good. Alrighty, everybody. Well, we're going to sign off for now. And thank you very much for joining us. It was a good time. I'm glad you guys came and everybody had lots of great comments and everything. It was super fun. So look for us on Friday. We'll have some live clips from class too.
Bye,
All right.
Facebook.
Bye. See ya. I don't know how to turn it off.
I don't know.
All right, we don't know how to turn it off, so we may be live for a whole lot longer here.
So live.
What's that?
No. Cindy, what are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know how to turn it off.
Look, you can make us like a movie.
Yeah.
We're still on. They're like.
Are we still on?
I
Does
think
anybody see us?
If anyone can see us still,
Yeah.
like let us know.
Right. We may be not live.
I don't think we're
Okay. Let's see. Do more, please.
live. Yes.
You can see us still?
They can still see us.
Okay. You guys are we're much better at making candles
Crystal, come fix
than
this.
figuring out our technical stuff.
I don't
Crystal,
know.
we're stuck. We can't
Crystal! Oh my
we're
God.
stuck on TV forever.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't.
We're still on. They
We're
can all
still
see
on. They
us.
can see us. I'm leaving.
Maybe if I turn my phone off. No. Oh wait, here's a finish button here. That should do it. All right, bye guys. Now we're
Bye,
definitely
for real.
we'll be better at it. We promise. So,
Bye.
see ya.